It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Jamie is a leading Tampa Bay real estate agent and featured on the Wall Street Journal's list of top 100 real estate agents in the nation. Jamie invites you to list your home with him today and learn more at tampabayradio.com. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Hey, everybody, welcome to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. We're live here in studio this morning. This is not a rerun, despite the weather out there. It's a little bit of a wet day out there, thanks to the tropical storm Hermine that's blasting the state. First hurricane in 11 years to hit the state of Florida, surprisingly enough. Seems like we're a big sitting target out there, but yes, we are getting pounded with rain in the area. Although when I drove in this morning, it was pretty dry. Did you hit any?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, I have a good way to describe Florida.
How's that?
We're like a drunk walking through traffic with all the hurricanes.
Right.
We just get lucky.
You just get lucky, don't get hit, right? Yeah. So, but hopefully it's not a repeat of 2004. But it's kind of late in the season for that to happen. I remember we were talking about that during the break, the interesting season that we had in 2004. I remember one hurricane, or actually it was a tropical storm, went across the state from west to east, then it got out in the Gulf and it turned around and it came back and went right back across the state. So that was definitely an anomalous year in terms of hurricanes and tropical storms. But Tampa being very lucky, though, we still haven't been hit by a hurricane, I think, since the early 20th century.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, we've hit by that tropical storms a few times, but not an actual hurricane. And, God forbid we ever get something like a Cat 5 come up the bay or something right there. That would just wipe this place out. But we've been very fortunate and dodged another bullet here with this one shifting north. So just getting the rains and the typical flooding. Bayshore is closed down right now, so be safe out there and stay dry. But we are here live in studio here every weekday morning, 7 to 9. Video stream available over at tampabayradio.com. Thanks to Josh Fosda and Tampa Bay Multimedia. Latest numbers that came out just on the live stream last month, 50,000 views on the program.
Wow.
The last record was like 39,000 from the month before. So the show continues.
50,000 people get to hear my idiocy.
That's just the live stream. That's just the live stream on your channel too.
Oh, you mean there's more?
Yeah. That's just the one outlet. That doesn't include the AM radio or iTunes or any of the other social media.
So getting
outlets.
on the show, you're gonna get lots of great exposure.
You are, yeah, and due in large part to the audience that Tampa Bay Multimedia and the video stream helps to bring to the program. So for all of you people out there with a show, especially a podcast, they're a great addition to what you do out there. So consider adding in video streaming and picking up a huge audience through Tampa Bay Multimedia. Check them out over at webeamtv.com. My guests for the program, second half of today's show, will be talking with Jimmy Barker, CEO and founder of the BioDesign Wellness Center. So we'll be talking all about testosterone and ways to get your body fit. He's in here looking all like a model and everything, all dressed up over there and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating.
Make me and Josh feel like inferior men in here.
I need to do sit-ups around this guy.
So we'll be talking with Jimmy Barker on the second part of today's show. My first guest is Wendy Long, owner of the La-Di-Da's Kids Spa. And you can learn more about this over at LaDiDaKidsSpa.com. So Wendy, welcome to the program today.
Thank you.
So first off, tell us a little bit about the business. Where are you located first off?
We're in Clearwater. We're on 580, right across from Countryside Mall between US 19 and Belcher.
Okay, and so is this just a daycare center for kids?
No, we don't do daycare at all. We are a full-service spa, salon, and
okay, so it is
center.
a spa, no daycare services. Okay, so tell me about a little bit what goes on there and the services that you offer.
Yeah, we offer everything from manicures and pedicures, kids' haircuts, mommy and me spa days, birthday parties. We also have photography packages, and we send characters off-site to do special events as well.
Okay, so what's the history of this? How did you come up with the La-Di-Da Kids Spa?
A few years back, I have two girls. It was right when Frozen had come out, and they were Frozen fever, literally. Mm-hmm. So we went everywhere to see Elsa Anna. As a mother, we paid whatever it was to get a character visit, and we found some of those things to be not quite up to par as far as the service industry having the background in service that it should be. So I decided at one point get out of the corporate world and do something on our own and make it what it should be and give kids the royal treatment.
Another corporate entrepreneur turned turnover here. So what were you doing in corporate before? Were you involved with the spa business, or were you just
No.
in a completely unrelated industry?
Yeah, completely different. I was in HR management for large corporations.
And what was the catalyst then to just leave that? Just that one experience there, decided that, hey, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, and then you stepped out and did it?
Not really. It kind of came. I was working as a generalist role. Absolutely loved my job. I went on to a more focused role, which was just employee relations. So I was investigating all week, firing people all week. It wasn't a very pleasant job. Plus, the hours were very demanding, having 2 children at home. So now I find myself working probably twice as much, but it's on my terms.
That's the life of an entrepreneur, unfortunately. But as I talked in the last segment, is a lot of it I enjoy. Part of what I do, I consider like a hobby, like the radio and thing. I love doing this. I love coming in here and doing the radio. A lot of people look for reasons to cancel. Like this morning, I could have said, "Oh, the weather's bad, I'm not coming in." I was like, "No, I want to get in there." So I've even argued with the station in the past few times. Like, oh, the weather's too bad, we're going to be closed. I was like, well, I want to do my show. I'll argue with them. I was like, I want to be in here doing my show. I love doing this. So part of it is work, but part of it is a hobby too. So I enjoy that so much. So do you offer any services for adults? Is it strictly just kids services?
We can accept adult appointments if it's with a mommy and me package. So we get a number of moms, grandmothers. We've even had a couple fathers that come in. They get the manicures and pedicures together. Some of them do a full mommy and me spa day. It's about a 2-hour package that they can spend with their daughter or granddaughter, getting manicures and pedicures, hair, makeup, and then at the end of most of the packages, we also take time with them in the photo studio. So we'll send them home with a nice 4x6 picture for them to be able to remember the day.
Now, I didn't discover spa life until several years ago. I couldn't afford it, until several years ago. But I'd love to go to the spa for the massage. Do you offer like massages and stuff there too?
We don't do massage yet. It's definitely a thought, and a couple of our clients have asked about it. At this point, we're just focusing on the core competencies: the haircuts, the mani-pedis, the birthday parties. We do facials.
And I never had seen this is the first time I've seen like a kids spa. Is this the industry obviously caters more to the adult men and women? Are there a lot of spas out there that are marketing kind of to the younger generation?
It's somewhat of a new niche. There's a couple out there. There's a couple franchises out there that do it. Mine is a little bit different in the fact that we do the birthday parties and the photography as well. We have a whole line of characters as well that we can send out, and it sets us apart from most of the things that are out there.
When you say characters, what do you mean? Like people dressed in costumes or something like that?
Yeah, we have a full line of characters that, pretty much likeness to any of the Disney characters that can go to your birthday party, at your home, at the park.
What about Spider-Man?
We have that.
Okay.
So are they all textbook characters? Do you have any of your own creations over there?
We've talked about doing that. At this point, we haven't yet. We've only been
The
open for about a year.
lady or something?
Yeah. There you go. I would love to start that.
Yeah, you need your own like Chuck E. Cheese type dude,
Yeah. So how long have you been in operation now?
Just a little over a year.
And so what have you learned so far in this first year as an entrepreneur? This was your first time running a business, correct? You
For
were
the most part, yes.
Corporate, and so what have you learned in this first year as an entrepreneur about yourself?
So much of it is marketing. I have zero background in marketing other than my business degree, but just amazing how much you have to get the word out there. It's either sink or swim in the first couple years. So really just trying to network, get to know people, and understanding what the customer's like, and making sure that everybody has such a memorable experience that they want to come back for more.
And what channels are working well with your business to attract clientele to the industry? I mean, social media, is kind of the default place that a lot of people go these days because it's it's free. But what are some of the channels that are working well with you and some of the organizations maybe that you're going into? You talked about networking to kind of increase your clientele and drive consumers to your business.
Yeah, absolutely. Facebook is huge. Absolutely. Social media, 90% of the moms are on there looking for fun things to do with their kids. So I'm definitely making a presence there. Networking, I'm actually part of BNI, Tampa Bay Business Owners. Some of the people that I meet in those organizations are invaluable as far as the business growth and learning that I obtained from just the conversations with them.
Yeah, and you recently just joined the organization TBBO, so we thank you for that, as did Jimmy over there, helping to spread the word of the organization. It is a business owner network. A lot of the listeners hear me talking about that a number of times on the program. Now, you mentioned like the Mommy and Me package. I mean, how many different packages do you have, and what do they entail specifically?
Yeah, we have about, as far as spa packages, we have 3 major spa packages. One of the most popular is coming in for a makeover package. You have a girl, her birthday, she's in between the ages of 3 and 13. It's prime age for them to come in and get a makeover. They get to choose a costume from our costume room. We have over 500 different costumes to choose from rock stars, ballerinas, princesses, superheroes. They can be Ninja Turtles, whatever they want. But once they choose the costume, then they get the full realm of the spa services. They get manicures and pedicures. They get hair and makeup done. And then we also take a picture in the photo studio and send them home with a nice 4x6 and a souvenir frame.
Now, are the services mostly geared towards just the girls, or are there services for boys too? I mean, I guess men do get manicures and pedicures. I got one in my entire life, and it was interesting.
They had to bust out the grinder, huh?
Probably. I found it to be a nice little relaxing event, and I can see how men could definitely take to that.
Yeah.
But do you see, or do your services cater to both the boys and the girls?
We are primarily for girls, but we are about probably 80-20. So the 20% of the boys that come in, they're coming in for haircuts. We do amazing haircuts. Our licensed cosmetologists are top notch. They also come in for birthday parties. So we have blacklight parties where we do glow in the dark face painting. We hand out neon, different fun toys and glow in the dark toys that they can play with, and the boys
awesome.
love it.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any specials that run during the week? And also, what are your hours of operation? Are you open 7 days a week?
We're open every day except for Monday. Sundays are by appointment, but we do typically go in for about 5 or 6 hours doing parties and appointments on Sundays. It's just not set hours. During the week, it's 12 to 7, and on Saturday, 10 to 7.
Now, do you do like a lot of birthday parties there? Is it an event room too? How does that work?
We have 3,000 square feet total. So 1,000 square feet is designated just for the party. So when you book a party there, you have that 1,000 square feet just for you and your group to be able to be entertained for roughly a 2-hour time period.
Okay. And do you have any partnerships that you work with on people on the parties, or is it they got to bring their own supplies and you provide spa services? How does that work?
Yeah, we have basically what happens with a birthday party. We supply all the table linens. We supply all the paper products. You just bring your food, your drinks, your cake or cupcakes, whatever you want to do. We supply all the cosmetologists and the party attendants to take care of hair, nails, and makeup for the people in the party. When there's boys, we do face painting. We spike their hair up, do temporary hair color. We get a lot of sibling boys that come in for the parties as well, dress up like Ninja Turtles and jump off the stage with their sword and shield.
Are the kids still liking the spikes and the mohawks and stuff? I remember as a kid, I joke, I've had this same haircut since I was a kid. So I have it. The only difference is it's thinner now than as a kid. I'm losing the hair.
You should let loose and get a rat tail or something.
I used to shave my head though. I did do that for a while. Yeah, I did. And when I was in college, I would just take the clippers over the hair and stuff, sort of like what Jimmy did over there. But his was a lot tighter.
Jimmy does it because of style, but I do it because it's patterned male baldness or male patterned baldness or whatever the hell it is.
I did when I worked for my dad at 84 Lumber. I showed up one day, but I literally did shave my head completely bald all the way down to the skin, and he was so mad because I looked horrible. He made me wear a hat every time I came into work. He was so mad at me for doing that. So, but other than that, and then in high school, in college, I would shave my head with the clippers just to save the $10 down at the barber shop. But now it's just back to my old haircut that's been keeping me in style since 19.
I actually got to thank Jimmy, because the guys like him who are like good-looking dudes that shave their head, it's normal now, because I haven't been asked to put a light bulb in my mouth for at least 5 years.
Yeah, we'll talk with Jimmy. Maybe he's hiding male pattern baldness.
Yeah.
Some men that shave their head and then
if he's hiding male pattern baldness, man, when he gets on camera, you guys will see that's one hell of a hair plug company he goes to. I'm just saying.
It's like in that Seinfeld episode where Elaine's dating this guy with a fit body and a shaved head, and then she asks him about his long hair because she sees it in his driver's license. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine," and he lets it grow out. He realizes he's going bald, and it destroys his self-esteem, and he just deteriorates into like a weakling.
Well, you know why I'm not wearing a hat today, right?
What's that?
I saw a meme on Facebook, and it was Mickey Mouse, and he took his ears off, and he had like a bald spot and bald hair, and it said when your your MCM, which is Man Crush Monday, takes his hat off, and I was like, no. So I was like, I'm not wearing a hat for a while.
Let me take a break here, running along in this segment. Currently talking to Wendy Long, owner of the La-Di-Da Kids Spa, and you can learn more about this over at that website, LaDiDaKidsSpa.com. You're listening to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
I knew Mom wanted to stay at home. It's the center of her family, her life. But helping Mom stay in her home while managing mine was just too much. Honestly, it wasn't just about me. Mom didn't want me to be her caretaker. She wanted me to be her daughter. I felt so alone until I found out about Home Instead Senior Care. When we met the people at Home Instead, we just knew they were different. The experience was personal. And most importantly, for Mom and me, I get to be her daughter again.
Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
How many times have you said to yourself, I wish there was an app for that? Stop wishing and start making the world better. Turn your brilliant idea into a profitable business by using Popcorn apps. Their affordable app design will help get your blue sky idea or proven business to the next level at a fraction of the cost of other developers. They will help you get through all the steps needed to make your thoughts become live. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
At Vein 911, we will help you feel great again. Do you have restless legs, night leg cramps, or ankle swelling? Restless legs, cramping, swelling, and tired heavy legs are often symptoms of hidden vein disease. You do not have to have visible bulging veins to have the symptoms of vein disease. The vein care specialists at Vein 911 are uniquely qualified to evaluate and treat your veins. Are you unhappy with your previous vein treatment? Vein 911 succeeds where others fail. Call Vein 911 today at 855-VEIN-911. That's 855-834-6911 to book your free consultation. Vein 911. We will help you feel great again.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. 4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Structure fire at the corner of Park Boulevard and Gulf Boulevard has all lanes blocked at this location, including the Park Boulevard Bridge. So if you're heading to and from Indian Rocks, you need to use the Walsingham Bridge. If you're heading to and from Reddington or Madeira, use Tom Stewart Causeway. Obviously, power outages around the area, also debris in some of the roadways, so use caution. Flooding as well. And Sunshine Skyway Bridge remains closed in both directions. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Udrich. Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Help your child discover the magic of nature and create memories that'll last a lifetime. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you and discover other cool things to do when you go, like fishing, biking, or even camping. Visit discovertheforest.org.
Outer bands from Hermine still causing problems in the Bay Area with heavy downpours and high wind gusts with a high 85. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 78.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. In studio with Wendy Long, owner of the La-Di-Da Kids Spa, and visit LaDiDaKidsSpa.com for more information on the business. So, Wendy, let's talk about some of the specials that you run during the week. We touched on that briefly in that last segment, but we didn't get everything out. So let's talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, certainly. Some of the discounted services we offer, Tuesday and Thursdays are haircut days. So they're only $12 for a wet cut. You spend another $5, you get an amazing shampoo and blowout. Wednesday, you can come in. It's only $19 for a mani and pedi. So we get a lot of moms coming in with their daughters, spending a special afternoon, or just bringing two best friends in. The girls get the mani pedis together. Friday, we also have BOGO deals. So it's a great day if you have multiple kids or just want to bring a kid and their friend into the spa. So during the week, we try to offer some wonderful deals to get people in. Obviously, we know most kids are in school, but we also have those preschoolers out there. It's a great time to come in.
Anybody that's not familiar, BOGO is buy one, get one, by the way. I didn't realize. I didn't know that for
I thought she was talking about a style of jeans or something. I think my mom used to wear those or whatever.
Bongo.
Oh, bongo.
BOGO, buy one, get one.
Do you offer frosted tips? I mean, because Jamie, that's a way to let loose. You know what I mean?
I did. Did some highlights there about 10 years. Actually, been longer than that now. But yeah, do you do any?
We do some hair coloring. Yeah, mostly peekaboos.
Do you have one called the Timberlake?
No, we do not.
What was that? The peekaboo?
Yeah, peekaboo is really popular with the kids right now.
Is that where you just turn the hair yellow or something? Or
yeah,
Pikachu?
you just grab a little
Pikachu.
chunk.
That's
Yeah.
Pikachu. Okay. Pika! Okay, I was getting that confused. Go ahead. How do you do that?
Yeah, a lot of the kids are really interested in the fun new neon colors, the vivids. So we use that Pravana and just do like a little chunk of the hair, hot pink or blue or green. A lot of the kids.
Why'd you look at me when you said hot pink?
We used to call that punk rockers back in the day.
Exactly.
That's what I is now. What do you mean back in the day?
So the hair coloring is coming back to the bright colors and stuff for the kids.
Absolutely.
But you're saying just in places though, they're not rolling out there with a complete hair color or pink or anything like that.
And I would personally deter against that, as I'm sure their mother would as well. But the peekaboos are a fun way just to get a little creative.
Yeah, the highlights that was kind of popular about 15 years ago for a while.
Yeah, if you're in a boy band.
Yeah. I did do the highlights though, because I wanted to do something different with my hair. I tried to do like a bowl cut. My hair does not grow in that type of a manner, and then I was like, all right, I'll try some highlights, and so that lasted for a few months. But other than that, I went back to the textbook wash.
I had the steps, and then the Vanilla Ice designs with the funny flat top. You know,
I've tried to let it grow long
the
a few
blonde
times when I was
strip to
younger.
the one side. You know.
It gets real wavy in the back, and I hate it. And I can't take it. I tried to do the rat tail and stuff in school too, back when that was popular. Did the rat tail ever come back in popularity over there?
Not so much. There's one boy that comes in for a haircut. He keeps his rat tail, but there is
Does he
long
play with
hair.
Tonka trucks?
The man bun's pretty big right now.
The man bun, yeah. Or the what's the mullet? Does people ever come in there and request them to get their hair cut like the mullet?
We try to fix the mullet.
Try to fix the mullets.
I think they call those guys lumber sexuals or something like that.
That's popular from my neck of woods up in West Virginia. The mullet look. Now you have mommy groups and stuff as well. Tell us about this.
Yeah, we during the week we offer some great midweek play date options that you can just bring a group of 4 or more in. So if you're in a mommy group, you're looking for something fun to do in the air conditioning. We're all about the creativity and sparking the kids' imagination, getting them away from the TV, get them on stage, get them in costume, having fun, singing, dancing, doing karaoke. So only $12 a kid through the week. Come on in for 2 hours and spend time on the stage and full access to all the costumes.
And we're talking about the events that you do, parties, things of that nature. You have a 3,000 square foot space over there. How large of a party can you accommodate over there?
We've had up to 25 kids in a single party at a time.
Okay.
Wow.
And so you've been in business now for a year. Where are you going to be at in 5 years? What's the long-term outlook of this business?
Yeah, in 5 years, I would love to have more locations, possibly franchise. I get comments all the time about doing things like that. So I would love to expand
Nope.
Yeah, real quick. Do you have things like arcades or ball pits or obstacles? Like playgrounds and things like that, or is it?
No, it's all about fashion, dress up, dancing, and singing.
So there isn't really an alternative there for like during birthday parties. Let the kids disperse and play.
It's all spa services.
Right.
Spa
Well,
services.
the party room has a runway in it and a big open space. So the kids are running around. They're dancing on the stage during the party. They're jumping off the stage. They're using the swords and shields, just playing.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, Wendy Long, thank you so much for being in studio today.
Thank you for having me.
Again, owner of Lottie Dog Kids Spa. Learn more over at lottiedoghkidspa.com. You're listening to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ham from Billmeyer Ham Consulting. Did you know that one of the biggest challenges that leaders face is getting their employees to be engaged, motivated, and producing amazing business results? At Billmeyer Ham Consulting, we'll help you transform your workforce culture from one that might be underperforming, maybe mediocre, to achieving amazing business results. You see, we realize that your workforce culture is equally as important as your business plan and your business strategy. The two must be aligned in order for you to reach your desired business and financial goals.
Carol,
Hey, Jim.
I just got this plan that could really help with our process here.
Okay, why don't you just have a seat and let's go over it.
Let us help you transform your workforce culture by leveraging your most important assets, your people. I want to know what's going on in your organization. Let us help you transform your workforce culture. Let's have a conversation.
I feel guilty that I can't always be there when Mom feels stuck at home. She was always there for us. But now she can't get out, and I'm not always available to take her places. Someone else needs to help her get around. Then I learned about Home Instead. Now Mom can do what she enjoys because her personal caregiver is there, and I can just be a daughter again.
Are you struggling to care for your loved one? We can help. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Abrahamson, Udrick, Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line, 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. More than 1 in 3 American kids has lead in their blood. No level of lead is safe. Lead poisoning causes learning disabilities and behavioral disorders. Has your child been tested? Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org.
Outer bands from Hermine still causing problems in the Bay Area with heavy downpours and high wind gusts with a high 85. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 78.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Wrapping up the week and making us feel inferior is our next guest, Jimmy Barker, CEO and founder.
Making you feel inferior.
Of the BioDesign Wellness Center, and learn more about him at the biodesignwellness.com website. Jimmy, welcome to the program today.
Hey, good morning, Jamie. How you doing?
Doing good. And so you are, you're the owner of Tampa Testosterone and BioDesign Wellness Center. These are related but different specialties. Can you explain that for us?
Yeah, absolutely. Tampa Testosterone basically specialize in hormone replacement therapy.
You're this guy? You're on your own juice, bro? Sounds like Vin Diesel over here.
You preach, right? I mean, that's how you got to teach it. So, no, we specialize in hormone replacement therapy. It's obviously geared more towards men, but we do get a lot of girlfriends and wives that say, hey, what'd you do to my boyfriend or husband there? I want some of that. So we get a lot of crossover. But
because women can benefit from testosterone supplementation
absolutely.
too. It's not well known, but it is.
Exactly. They have testosterone. We have estrogen. We have progesterone. We need all those hormones. Both sides do, but it's just the balance.
Right.
BioDesign's a little bit different. That's more of a specialty in wellness, and wellness is a really broad term. The way I like to describe it to people is we take a whole body approach that focuses on the root cause and not just the symptoms. So we get the right tests, figure out what's wrong with somebody and like what their disorder's being caused by instead of trying to just treat the symptom with a medication.
Okay. All right. So it's like a functional medicine type of approach,
100%,
correct?
exactly.
Okay. All right. So what is your background? Are you an MD by trade? What is your background?
So I'm a certified nutrition coach. I taught myself basically, street smart when it comes to that. I have a background in specialized training in functional neurology, functional endocrinology, and sports medicine. So I put that all together. I have a team of medical staff behind me, a doctor, a PA, and a nurse.
Now, has health and wellness just always been a cornerstone of your life? Did you ever experience, just poor quality health? And did you how did this all come together?
I thought that I had it all together, and I was carrying a little bit of extra weight. I always thought that was just a genetic thing. People who are in shape, they got lucky. But for me, it was a little bit different. Started learning and seeing my body transform, started feeling better. My energy levels picked up, my strength, my mindset, like my drive, my focus and all that. And
did you come from an athletic background? Were you in sports and stuff growing up?
I played sports when I was a kid, but we just didn't really know what we were doing back then. We just kind of ran out there and played.
So how did you find the health and wellness business then? What was the catalyst or the linchpin that got you into that business?
So what it was? It was actually failure. I was in the financial industry back in 2007. And you were in real estate. You remember how exciting that was. It was lending. Mm-hmm. So, I was in a company, 5,000 people. Next thing I know, they shut their doors.
Wow.
And so I had a lot of time on my hands. And I started working out every day. I was learning. I just night after night, and I just really developed a passion for it as I started to see results myself.
And testosterone replacement really became a big industry in the last decade and a half or so. I see it on the news all the time. And so tell me a little bit more about how your service works. When I think of testosterone replacement, I think of go to the doctor, get the Androgel, and put it on. Is it more than that?
It is. It is really one of the things that separates us is the fact that we have the wellness side as well. So when somebody comes into me, I'm not just looking at the total testosterone. You see, when you do that, it's kind of like looking at the fuel gauge on your car. You take your car into the mechanic and you show them that you have gas in the tank. That's important. Your car needs that. But really how the engine's using that gas is what matters. And that's what we're going to see. We're going to see how your hormones are being used by the body so we can understand what's going on and how to fix it.
Okay, so just because the business is called Total Testosterone, it's more than just testosterone replacement.
Yeah, Tampa Testosterone is basically we evaluate your health top to bottom. We're going to look at your nutrition, your fitness, your nervous system health, and your hormones. And the hormones, honestly, that's part of the easiest part, but it's getting people to buy in the healthy lifestyle. Because I can sit here and I can get your hormones optimized, and that's great, But if you go home and you're eating McDonald's and you're sitting on the couch and you're sleeping 3 hours like this guy over here, it's like,
hey, I'm just saying. You described me accurately.
Your body's gonna shut down at some point. It might not be this year, it might be 3 years from now, but eventually you won't be able to handle that kind of stress and poor nutrition and whatnot. So we take it all into account.
And there's so many bad foods out there, and especially for people that are on the go, such as myself, I rely on the convenience stores and the fast food joints. If I were to make one big change in my life, nutritionally, because I can't do it all at once. So what would you advise? Because I drink a lot of sodas, I drink a lot of eat a lot of fast foods. But
his mouth is like hitting the ground. He's like, dude, you're a mess.
What's that first step for somebody who's just so disconnected with regards to health and wellness?
I tell you, that's it's so broad to say this, but if somebody truly takes out anything that's processed out of their life and really does that, basically fruits, vegetables, meats, water, things like that is going to be a game changer. I can't tell you how hard that is for most people to take that step, but it really is that simple. Most people see an 80% improvement from just doing that.
But when you go to the restaurants, how could you order a meal that's not in some way like processed foods? I mean, you gotta get the salad with the vinegar dressing. I mean, that sucks.
I mean, it's not perfect, but you can go any restaurant and get meat and vegetables pretty easy.
So if you stick to like the typical Atkins diet type of recommendation, then is that what that is? The meat and
you can kind of generalize in that. I'd say fats, proteins, and vegetables are going to be your best highlights. And when I mean fats, I mean good fats like avocados, nuts.
Where does pizza fit in this?
Remember the healthy pizza guy we had in here? We did have a healthy pizza guy in here. He, he claimed to be on the pizza diet.
He was a bodybuilder too, and that's all he ate to get ready for competition.
Yeah, he was a cyclist. Yeah, the healthy pizza, the pizza diet. He talked about it. It was in magazines too, man.
Hook us up with that. I want to see what he's got going on.
I'll connect you with that guy. All right, go ahead. But we're talking.
No, I mean you can go to any restaurant. I tell you, I go out. You can get fish, but a lot of people aren't as big on fish. Chicken, steak, whatever. If it's not that bad, most of the time though, try to eat at home. If you eat most of your meals at home, you can also get meal companies. I have somebody who cooks for me, and they deliver my food.
I did that for a while. The only problem was I was eating that on top of what else I was eating too. So I was like, I was treating them like snacks and stuff, so it didn't work for me, unfortunately.
I'll tell you what, preparing. If you got a plan, it's just like business. We talk business all day. If you got a plan and you just execute on that, you'll be successful.
Anything Mediterranean.
Now, your client base, I assume, is probably majority men, but you do work with females as well, correct?
So that's Tampa Testosterone.
Okay.
BioDesign, I would say, is actually predominantly women.
Okay.
Women tend to be more in tune with their health, I would say, to be honest. Men are catching up, but the women tend to take it a little bit more serious. See, they'll find a freckle on their skin, they'll go see the dermatologist. We wait until our finger's broken or something, and we'll try to tie it up with duct tape or something, and see if it starts working again. We're good to go. But it's coming around. Guys are starting to really pay attention to that more.
Now, do they come into the men when they come into Tampa Testosterone? Are they just there are they kind of saying, hey, just give me the cream and get me out of here? Or are you kind of having to coach them that, hey, it's more than just that?
Yeah, really, we recommend injections most of the time. It's the safest and it's the most effective way.
But doesn't
that
give you the peaks and valleys, though?
Not if you do it right.
Okay,
so
if
you're getting at least a weekly
definitely
injection,
gives you the peaks.
If you're getting a weekly injection, see, the testosterone's out of your system in 8 to 10 days when you do an injection. And so as long as it's at least weekly, some guys will even go twice a week to really sustain even levels. If you're doing every other week, you start to run into problems. I see a lot of guys suffer where they're getting lots of peaks and valleys, roller coaster ride. So we don't recommend that.
And testosterone is something that has to be applied by a medical professional. It's not like a B12 shot 100%. That you can take at home. So you got to go in and out of the clinic to get those.
Well, yes, we have an MD who's going to see you to approve you for the program in order to write the prescription, but we ship the meds to our clients on a monthly basis, and we teach them how to administer it themselves.
So they can give themselves a testosterone shot.
Themselves.
I thought they had to go into the clinic for those shots.
Nope. Yeah, they can learn to do it, and that saves them so much time. It saves them money. Most of our guys love it, and then there's a few guys who don't really love the needles, so they'll come in, and we do have that service.
And for people that aren't familiar with,
and they need testosterone for different reasons, right?
And for the people that aren't familiar with the condition of low T, it's very common. I mean, pretty much every man after age 25 or 30, their testosterone will start to go down. But tell us a little bit about the condition and how prevalent it is, and how do you treat it?
Yeah, sadly, it's actually happening a lot more and more now. It used to be one of those things where it's your grandfather's the one dealing with it. You think about it when you're 50 years old plus, but now with all the toxins in our environment, the xenoestrogens, things like bottled water, will actually affect your estrogen levels.
Man, I'm getting called out on this show all over the place. I'm the healthiest.
We talked with somebody about, they were saying not to drink bottled water. She said there was something about the process.
BPA.
So the plastics leach into the water, and a lot of people don't think about. They're like, well, I don't let it get hot in my car. I understand I'm not supposed to do that, or let it freeze in my freezer, and that's fine. That's good. You shouldn't do that, but think about the process that got here. Do you think that they took care of it every step of the way? It might have been sitting out on a pallet in the hot Florida sun outside the warehouse, or in a truck on the way here. So
we had one guest that described how they're made, and they basically they blow the bottle up.
Yeah,
and
Julie
when
Phillips, yes. Yeah,
they blow the bottle up and fill it with water right then and there.
Exactly. So the water's getting it right there. So those plastics get into our system, and our system treats them like an estrogen. So all of us guys are sitting there getting a boost in our estrogen levels. Want to know why the girls at, I don't even know, whatever, 12, 14 years old look like they're 25. That's, or maybe the 21-year-olds look like
So how do
one
people
woman.
what do you recommend for people with regard to the bottled water then? How should they consume
He just took a shot at my girlfriend, by the way. Now I know where man boobs come from, too. You know, it's true.
Because they don't sell bottled water in glass in the convenience stores. At least I don't believe they do. I mean, you got to just make your own.
They do.
there.
It's a little harder to find.
Yeah,
the artisan waters, things like that. But you can get filtered water. We have even systems at our clinic that we'll offer our clients because people need solutions, and that's kind of what I do. I'm a problem solver. I kind of help biohack your life and help you figure out how to get the clean water, how to get the food. And everybody's different too. Like, you know, your solution might be different than his and mine. And so we have to come up with different solutions for everybody to fit their needs.
Now, you are a nutritional coach, and you rattle off some of your other credentials. You're a lot more than just that. But tell me about your team over there. You have a medical doctor. Tell me about the team that you have.
So my
assembled.
medical doctor comes from a background, if anybody's familiar with Cenegenics, people pay those doctors about $20,000 a year to go to them. And so we have the pleasure of having somebody on our team that has that kind of background to help with hormones and lifestyle choices. Our PA has a passion for wellness as well, functional medicine. She's a guru at things like nutrition and supplementation and really finding cures for things without bringing medications necessarily into the picture. And then I have a nurse. She's just kind of puts all the pieces together, keeps us all in line. She runs the show behind the scenes, makes sure everybody gets all their orders on time. And so, and then I'm kind of the face. I work with everybody, help coach them, help solve problems, like I said, biohack, and find solutions for people.
Next time he comes around, that's your new nickname is Face.
Now, your location is the BioDesign and the Tampa Testosterone, are they kind of in the same building and operating out of the same center?
They are.
Okay.
They are.
Location where you at?
We're in Brandon, 1602 Oakfield Drive, Suite 101. You can find us at getyourteaup.com online, or you can go to biodesignwellness.com.
Okay. Let me take a break here. Currently talking again to the CEO and founder of BioDesign Wellness Center, along with Tampa Testosterone, as Mr. Jimmy Barker. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Did you know the biggest challenge business leaders face today is creating an engaged and productive workforce culture? Bill Meyer Ham Consulting wants to help you solve this challenge. They will help you transform your workforce culture to produce amazing business results. Call Bill Meyer Ham Consulting at 941-201-4650 today or visit BillMeyerHam.com. That's BillMeyerHam.com. Have a conversation. What's up, business rock stars? Are you ready to bring out the CEO in you? Join Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, every other Friday on That Business Show. She'll be talking with other chief entrepreneurial officers about how they grew their businesses. Remember, you could join the conversation at Focus on You Strategies Focus Fridays Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. That's facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. Be the CEO of you.
I knew Mom wanted to stay at home. It's the center of her family, her life. But helping Mom stay in her home while managing mine was just too much. Honestly, it wasn't just about me. Mom didn't want me to be her caretaker. She wanted me to be her daughter. I felt so alone until I found out about Home Instead Senior Care. When we met the people at Home Instead, we just knew they were different. The experience was personal. And most importantly, for Mom and me, I get to be her daughter again.
Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
How many times have you said to yourself, I wish there was an app for that? Stop wishing and start making the world better. Turn your brilliant idea into a profitable business by using Popcorn apps. Their affordable app design will help get your blue sky idea or proven business to the next level at a fraction of the cost of other developers. They will help you get through all the steps needed to make your thoughts become live. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Good morning. All the usual spots around Tampa Bay are flooded, so if it's flooded in the past, it's probably flooded this morning. Also, we're seeing delays on westbound I-4 into downtown Tampa. Sunshine Skyway Bridge remains closed. Also, the Park Boulevard Bridge is closed right now due to a structure fire on Indian Shores. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uderick. Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. Do you live in a historic home? Are you renovating? Your children could be at risk of lead poisoning. It takes just a microscopic amount of lead dust to poison a child. Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org.
Outer bands from Hermine still causing problems in the Bay Area with heavy downpours and high wind gusts with a high 85. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 78.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Talking to Jimmy Barker, CEO and founder of the BioDesign Wellness Center, along with Tampa Testosterone. You can learn more at biodesignwellness.com and also getyourup.com as well. Jimmy, you have an event coming up for the community as well as our listeners?
I do. For That Business Show listeners, September 13th, we're going to have a health talk at the clinic, and it's going to be at 6 p.m. Hopefully people can get there after hours that way. And it'll be about an hour long, and it's going to be very educational. I haven't had anybody go through that talk and tell me they didn't learn something that really impressed them. And then we even give people an opportunity if they're looking to improve their health at the end of that so that they can take those next steps.
Now, how have you seen your business shift over the years you've been in business? Are you seeing more of a younger and younger clientele just coming in? It seems just like we're getting the clock pushed back in terms of the problems that we're having with our health.
It is. It's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It seems that there's more problems for the younger generation now, but more people are paying attention as well. So I'm hoping that translates into.
I think that's why there's more problems. So
yeah,
because people are paying more. When nobody paid attention, it was never brought up.
Yeah. There's more awareness now, so they recognize that something's not right. But it's kind of it's sad. I get guys in their mid 20s, even early 20s sometimes that they have low testosterone. They'll come right in after a guy who was 60 years old and they have the same levels. Sometimes it's self-inflicted. Sometimes it's the thing like the toxins that we talked about, lifestyle. But, we help them turn it around. And if it makes sense, we can talk about therapy. But a lot of times we can really help them work with their lifestyle and start to get it all worked out.
Now, what do you see wrong with our current healthcare system? I know you talk about wrong and, misleading information. But, what is your view on our current healthcare system?
It's there's a lot of wrong and lacking information. It gets confusing when people try to go out there on their own and figure out what am I supposed to be doing and what am I supposed to eat? You look at eggs. Eggs are high cholesterol. They're going to cause heart problems. And then the next person says, no, they're the perfect food. They're great protein and fat source. And so what are people supposed to do? So that's what we help to filter through that because it can be really confusing. But in the long run, the biggest problems I see tend to come through the medications. There's a lot of issues with kind of, to be honest, brainwashing that's going on with big pharma out there putting billions of dollars into teaching us that we need these medications to solve these symptoms. For instance, we were talking earlier on the break, people who have acid reflux. People are given proton pump inhibitors. Its medications help keep the acid reflux, the GERD down. And the problem with that is it's helping the symptom at that moment, but it's making the problem worse. So you're stuck on that medication the rest of your life. So it's the perfect storm for the pharmaceutical companies. So we really try to help people come off those meds so that they're not stuck on these and they can start to feel better. And, things like that same medication actually slow down the absorption of nutrients. So you start with that one problem. Next thing you know, you become nutrient deficient. You're getting all these other sicknesses. So we really help people to put it all together.
Besides, why would you want to take something that you can catch a ghost with?
You got to explain that one. What are you talking?
Okay, gotcha.
Proton pump.
I got you.
Okay. You lost me on that one.
You ruined the joke when I have to explain it.
But, it was a little bit too complicated. It was a little bit too dated, I should say.
This guy's rattling off all kinds of scientific terminologies, and that was too complicated.
Real.
So what brings people into your clinic? Is it usually weight loss? Is it, the loss of sex drive? I mean, what's driving people into your clinic right now?
So it's frustration. It's having tried to do a lot of things on their own, whether it's the guys who maybe their libido dropped, they're feeling weak in the gym, they're gaining weight, or it's the women who've been to multiple doctors and they're on thyroid medications, maybe diabetes is start to creep up. They can't get rid of that belly fat, and everybody's tired in this world now. And it comes down to just being frustrated, not being able to figure it out on their own. And then so we help put them through a wellness curriculum. It's a systemized approach to figure out how to learn. Think about when you went to college, you couldn't just walk in the door and start taking classes and expect to get a degree at the end that was going to be something. You have to have a system. You take your prerequisites and then you get the next classes and then you learn. And the college knows where you're going to be at the end because you'll have learned the proper things. And that's what we do. We make it easy for people to learn something that's difficult.
Now, what type of commitment is required to really take advantage of your program? And this is obviously not an overnight type of a fix, and you got to really be committed to something here.
You're right. And it depends on how many struggles, what age the person's is, how long they've been on certain medications, what medications, how many medications. But at the end of the day, most of our clients go through either a 3 to 12 month curriculum to get back on track. And so they come in at the beginning a little bit more often, say once a week, and then we start going every other week and we start to space it out from there because we understand people have busy lives and they can do a lot of the education process at home. Even if they don't live nearby, we can do a lot of things over phone, Skype. We can ship supplements to them. They can do the testing at home or at a lab. So we make it as convenient as possible.
Years ago, I went to a weight loss clinic, and I went through something that sounds similar here, where they talked about hormone replacement, and they talked about getting the hormones in line. But I mean, they put you on a lot of stuff, though. I mean, it's a commitment. I remember I had 20 different supplements and shots and things I had to do. Is that similar? I mean, to what you're going to do too over there?
It can be. We try not to make it so that it's 20 at once. Maybe there was
a routine. It was a commitment. It's something you got to commit to. Yes.
Yeah. No, it is. And look, by the time people come to us, usually they're frustrated. Like I said, unless they're maybe on the 3-month program and they're just looking for fine tuning. Maybe they're an athlete and they just want to tighten up their gut health and, clean out the system with a good detox, something like that, and learn the proper ways to get better results. But most people have been doing this for years and they're just tired of it and they want results. So they're willing to take those steps. But really, it's not as hard as people make it out to think. And we do it in steps so that it's just little chunks at a time. And when you start feeling better, I tell you what, you're going to be willing to do what it takes to get to that point. We have them focus on their nutrition, their fitness, their hormonal health, their neurological system, and their hormones. And so, again, it's a piece at a time to get those what we call 5 pillars of health put together.
And how does the traditional health insurance plans play into this? Is any of this stuff covered by insurance?
I tell you what, health insurance unfortunately doesn't pay for what works. Proactive care is a lot harder to get covered. Really what health insurance is more sick insurance. You think about, it's a little bit of a misnomer. It's like life insurance. Life insurance doesn't get us life, does it?
Right.
But it sounds a lot better than death insurance because who would want to buy that? You know? So we really have people figure out what's going to make the most sense for them as far as the program, and then we find a way to help it make sense for them financially. We have payment plans, and we have different ways that they can get in. Most of our clients are single parents, retirees, or on a fixed budget of some sort, and we find ways to get them in our program.
Okay, we've got about a minute left. Real quick, the event that you're putting on again?
Again, it's September 3rd. We're going to be having a health talk at BioDesign Wellness. It's at 6 p.m. Tuesday night. I know you're going to learn something, and you're going to be really happy that you came. Bring your spouse or a friend, and you guys will love it.
All right. Jimmy Barker, thank you so much for being in studio today. Good talk.
Thank you.
And again, you can learn more about him at biodesignwellness.com and also the site getyourtup.com. Again, he is the CEO and founder of those two companies, Tampa Testosterone and BioDesign Wellness Center. Also, thank you to Wendy Long, owner of Lottie Dog Kids Spa, who's on in the 8 o'clock segment. Learn more about her services over at LottieDogKidsSpa.com. And as always, thank you to Julianne Nichols and also Angie Lusk, who was with us in the 7 o'clock hour. Angie was. Julianne was on vacation, but Julianne is always with us in spirit. Part of the Focus Fridays edition of That Business Show. Continue the conversation online in the Facebook group at Focus Focus Fridays. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you back in here Tuesday morning on That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.